Yeah, I always make sure I go into every Wednesday night. That's when our group meets, knowing what is the outcome I want for my students this evening. And so for us, we have a lot of elements in our service, but our main point is when they get to small groups, this is the outcome I want them to have wrestled with, made a decision about, have some sort of application they're going to take away. So I want to have that goal, that decision made before I even come into the evening.
What I do is I meet with 5 to 6 members of our church who are district or local licensed, as well as a couple other youth pastors in our community, and we'll plan out a year of lessons. So we'll brainstorm, hey, what are the things our kids are going through? What are some important topics going on in the world today? What is it that we want our kids to know by the time they graduate? And so some of it's just going through a book of the Bible. Some of it is, different topics, dating, relationships, discipleship. So we'll dream through all of those, what are the ones we want to focus on? And then we'll kind of arrange it, okay, relationships make sense around February and, different things like that. And then we'll kind of break it up and just go through where we'll write a synopsis of, this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what the goal outcome is, the takeaway we want the students to have. Here's the key verses, and then just, a short little 3-4 sentence about what each week is going to look like. So that way, when it comes time to start the next series, I have a starting point, and then each week we kind of know where we're going. We're able to get that out to the parents ahead of time. Hey, we're going to be talking about this. You can start prepping your students. They can read through the scriptures ahead of time. And, that way we know that we're covering the important topics, and then we can look back from year to year and see where we've been, what are some things we've missed, what are some things to maybe retouch on. So it's been really helpful for us to just not have to sit down from week to week, okay, what are we going to talk about now? But it gives us a game plan for the entire year.
I always keep in mind that I have leaders who are going to come in and use these lessons, and they more than likely are coming right from work. And so when I create a lesson, I want, not that this is ideal, but I would want an adult leader to be able to literally grab a piece of paper and 5 minutes later be able to use that, whatever that content is.
When I sit down to plan a lesson, I think about how much time am I going to spend doing research, how much time am I going to be looking at different resources. And one of the great things I've found is that there's a lot of resources out there to help equip me and my leaders. But the biggest thing that I've found is if I spend a half hour preparing a lesson, I need to spend more time praying. So for me, the biggest tip for having the condiments and all that kind of stuff is making sure that the meat of my lesson is through prayer and taking the time for that.